Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about the throttle setup that I have on my vintage go-kart. Wanted everybody to see this because I had a hard time figuring out exactly how I was going to set this up. So there's not a lot of great videos out there, so I figured I'd make one and see what you guys think. So the first thing I have is a throttle cable that I bought from Go Power Sports. This is actually for a Yerf Dog go-kart. It has your typical eyelet right here. It does not come with the bushing, so I had to make a bushing. I have several that I keep from other projects. Anytime I have parts left over, I try to keep them best I can. So the way this works, this is your typical pedal assembly. These are available through pretty much any go-kart place. The spring is new. That goes right around the stop, so that is the throttle stop on the forward section and the back section. A little U rod that's welded in place. The spring goes around the front, and then it coils around the bolt, and it's not actually attached to the bolt. I'll try and see if I can show this to you. But it's not actually attached to that bolt that's in there. And then it comes around and gets attached to that bolt that's right there. And you can see there's a washer on it, and that coil spring kind of goes through there. I had to space it out a little bit so that it would attach how I wanted it to attach and give good spring action. So this is, like I said, the cable comes from the pedal assembly. As you can see, I'm going to move this. It goes all the way forward, hits that stop, and then comes back. So the way it attaches here goes through a bracket that's welded on as well. And you can adjust it for whatever, if you need more throttle, less throttle, and adjust your idle. So this is adjusted for this kart. I have it going all the way back, and then what I had to do, this is a Briggs & Stratton 5-horse. So what I did on the throttle assembly is I took a little piece of, it's actually a coat hanger, a little piece of wire, bent it in a what we call a Z-bend on both sides, and then I attached it to the carburetor. There's another setup that was being used here. I don't use it anymore on the go-kart, so I did that. I took one of those pieces that comes with it with the return springs and all of that, and I cut it, made a 90-degree out of it, and bolted it through there with a lock nut, so I didn't have to tighten it all the way down, so it has some play. On the cable itself, I have it coming up here. I made a bracket that mounts to the pull start cover, and then that is just, there's a nut on the back side of that. I put a clamp that's on here, and of course that's attached to the housing for the throttle cable. And then on this side, what I had to do is I had to take a Z-bend wire again, and I took a cable splice. You can get them at any hardware store. They're about $1 or $2. Attached the cable to it and then crimped it. And take special crimper, big like bolt cutter type crimpers, and that allowed me to go from a cable to a wire. That's what I had to do on this one. There's probably better ways to do it. I wanted you guys to know how I did it. That way, hopefully save you a little bit of research. Not sure if that's the case. I'll be going over more of what I did with this throttle, or with this go-kart, once I get it done. You'll see a couple other videos in there, but it's going back together. Almost done. I'll talk a little bit also about the brake once I get that all hooked up. But for right now, I thought I'd go over the throttle. So thank you guys. I know it's a short video, but hopefully it helps. If it doesn't, let me know, and we'll make another video later. Thanks, guys.